I turned 72 this year, and there's something I wish someone had told me when I turned 60. Not about money, not about retirement, not about success. I wish someone had quietly sat beside me and said, "Be careful of the small habits. They don't hurt right away, but they slowly take your strength, your peace, and your joy." I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. Just an ordinary man who worked most of his life, raised a family, paid bills, worried about the future, and believed I was doing everything right. But when you cross 60, life becomes honest. Your body speaks more clearly. Your energy changes. Your time feels more precious. And the things you ignored for years slowly begin to show up. The truth is, after 60, it's rarely one big mistake that affects your health. It's the quiet ones, the ones you repeat every day, the ones that feel harmless, the ones nobody warns you about. I remember the first habit I misunderstood. I thought rest meant sitting still. After retirement, I spent more time on the couch, more television, less walking, less movement. At first, it felt peaceful. I told myself, I've worked my whole life. I deserve this. But slowly, my body began to feel heavier. My legs felt weaker. Standing up took more effort. Not pain, just less strength. I hadn't noticed when it started. It happened quietly, over time. Movement after 60 isn't about intense workouts. It's about staying alive in your body. A short walk in the morning, stretching your arms, standing in the sunlight. These small actions keep your energy flowing. When movement disappears, life inside the body becomes slower, and aging begins to feel heavier than it should. Another mistake came from something very ordinary: food. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I just stopped paying attention. When life slows down, food becomes comfort. A little extra sugar, late-night snacks, heavy meals because they feel satisfying. I told myself I had earned it after decades of hard work. But slowly, I noticed something. My mornings felt slower. My afternoons felt tired. My energy didn't last the way it used to. What we eat later in life doesn't just fill the stomach. It shapes how we feel every single day. Not in dramatic ways, but in quiet ones. The body no longer hides the effects. Awareness becomes more important than ever. Eating slowly, choosing lighter meals, drinking water. Simple things, but they make a difference in how aging feels. Then came something deeper than food or movement: silence. After retirement, the house changed. Children grew up and built their own lives. Friends got busy or moved away. Conversations became shorter. Days became quieter. At first, I told myself I enjoyed the peace. But there's a difference between peace and loneliness. Loneliness doesn't shout. It sits quietly. It slowly drains your motivation, your energy, your sense of purpose. You begin to feel less needed, less connected, less alive inside. And over time, it can make aging feel heavier than it has to be. Humans were never meant to live completely alone. A phone call, a short visit, a simple conversation with a neighbor. These small connections remind you that you still belong. I also carried something I never learned to release: stress. I spent most of my life solving problems, providing, thinking ahead, worrying about tomorrow. Even after retirement, my mind didn't stop. Bills, family, past regrets. What if I had done things differently? The body may slow down after 60, but the mind can keep running unless you gently teach it to rest. Stress doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just a tight chest, a restless night, a mind that never fully relaxes. Over time, it quietly drains your energy. It makes everything feel heavier. Learning to sit quietly, breathe slowly, and let go of control becomes one of the most important things in later life. There was another belief I held for decades, that my worth came from providing. I believed love meant working harder, earning more, solving every problem. I missed dinners, ignored my own health, pushed myself constantly, because I thought that's what a good man does. But after 60, the world changes. Your children don't depend on your income the same way. Your job is no longer your identity. The busyness fades, and you're left asking yourself, who am I now? Self-worth cannot only come from productivity. It must come from presence. Being there, listening, sharing time, laughing, sitting beside someone without looking at the clock. These are the things that remain when everything else slows down. And then there was the habit that may be the most dangerous of all, waiting. I kept saying later, I'll take care of my health later. I'll travel later. I'll rest later. I'll call them later. I'll enjoy life when things settle down. But later becomes a pattern, then a delay, then years pass. And one day you realize you were waiting for the perfect time. That never came. After 60, time feels different. You begin to see it not as something endless, but as something precious. You start to understand the meaning of enough success. What truly matters is how you spend the time that remains. Not in big achievements, but in small, meaningful moments. Health after 60 is not just about the body. It's about peace, connection, movement, purpose, letting go. It's about choosing calm over pressure, presence over productivity, gratitude over regret. Because the quiet habits you repeat every day slowly shape how your life feels. A short walk can lift your spirit. A simple meal can keep your energy steady. A conversation can warm your heart. A calm moment can relax your mind. A sense of purpose can keep you moving forward. These things may look small, but after 60, they become everything. Sometimes in the evening, I sit outside with a cup of tea and watch the sky change colors. The wind moves through the trees. Birds return home. The world becomes quieter. In those moments, I realize life was never about rushing or proving anything. It was about being present, feeling the moment, sharing time with people who matter, taking care of the body that carried you all these years. If I could go back and speak to my 60-year-old self, I wouldn't give him complicated advice. I would simply say, move a little every day. Eat with awareness. Stay connected to people. Release what you carry in your heart. Know that your worth is not tied to how much you produce. And stop waiting for the perfect time to live. Because the truth is simple. After 60, the small choices you make each day slowly shape the life you continue to live. They can give you strength, or quietly take it. They can bring peace, or slowly drain it. They can keep you connected, or gently pull you into isolation. Aging doesn't have to feel like losing life. It can feel like understanding it more deeply, slowing down enough to notice what truly matters, letting go of what no longer serves you, holding on to what gives you meaning. There is still time to move, still time to reconnect, still time to take care of yourself, still time to live gently and fully. And maybe the most important realization of all is this: life was never meant to be perfect. It was meant to be felt, one day at a time, one step at a time, one conversation at a time. So if you are past 60 or even approaching it, don't ignore the quiet habits. They are shaping your future right now. Take a walk. Call someone you love. Sit in the sun. Breathe deeply. Eat slowly. Rest your mind. And remind yourself that your presence still matters. more than anything you could ever provide. Because in the end, health is not just about how long you live, but how gently, peacefully, and meaningfully you experience the years you are given.